Welcome back, everybody. Derrick Soo, your East Oakland advocate for Zenny62 Media. Well, you saw the thumbnail. Last night, an arsonist set fire to a homeless woman's trailer and property. And let me give you a little background on this. That was the same building that I was in last year, 901 76th Avenue. And when we were evicted, another group moved in. In fact, I know who the group is. They were a group that I originally had busted back in 2022. This is a group of illegal cannabis growers here in Oakland. And I bring this up is because they know that the city of Oakland does not take reports of fires on the homeless. I bring this up because witnesses in the area have told me that the arsonist is a female lessee of the building that threw a firebomb and took off. So here's what happened. I went over there during the fire while it was being extinguished by the fire department and also crowd control by Oakland Police Department. And I went to go take a look at the fire, see how bad it was, and see if they had to breach the fence and also the building, which they didn't have to, fortunately. But several witnesses, not one, which is a homeless woman who lived right across the street from the fire, and she's a real hoarder here. I mean, she's taken up a huge area. She has so much crap up against the former AT&T warehouse that burned originally, that if she goes up on flames, she will literally melt the building next to her. She has so much stuff because they won't be able to stop this fire. She has a fire load that is absolutely incredible. And that's one of the concerns here in Oakland about getting a lot of the homeless folks off the street. But if you remember, a few weeks ago, I was here on Zenny62 talking about Joe DeVries and how he is responsible for making sure what reports make it into the city records and what reports do not make it in the city records. And he oversees the police incident reports and also the fire incident reports. And as I had stated before, in 2019, Joe DeVries has literally censored all of the fire reports, police reports about the homeless. And so that's what's happening here. One of the lessees of 901 76th Avenue, the witnesses told me they watched her come out the gate, close the gate, lock it, and then light something, and then threw the firebomb into this woman's trailer area so that it would ignite and burn everything. And you folks are probably saying, well, why would she do that? Well, here's what's happened. This group moved into that building in the month of February of this year, earlier, and started an illegal cannabis grow operation. Yes, it is an illegal grow. How do I know? Because I have busted them back in 22, and I was paid very well for it, for the information on them. And so She literally threw that firebomb in there and then walked off. She turned the cameras off. Literally, she turned the cameras off so that it would not be recorded. And that creates a real problem here. And also, word on the street was that District 7 council member Ken Houston was taking pictures of the fire also. So he was in the area. So this is going to escalate very quickly here, and we're going to have to see what's going to happen. But again, there was no police or fire report officially on city records about this fire. And they didn't take the information of who started the fire. They didn't ask any of the witnesses. They didn't question any of the witnesses there. So this is a very serious problem when you have criminals who know what Oakland is doing, and especially on the homeless. This could have cost somebody their life, because normally that female who owned that trailer would be in her trailer. And if that firebomb had gone off with her in the trailer, it would have been a murder case. Yes, it would have escalated to a murder case that this lessee did to this homeless woman. So that's what the story, the actual story is. And again, we need to get rid of the deputy city administrator, Joe DeVries. This policy cannot continue. And we have people talking with the new mayor, Barbara Lee, to get rid of Joe DeVries. So will Joe DeVries go, or will he end up staying? We're hoping that the city is really concerned with doing changes and making changes. Joe DeVries is at the top of that list, who has to go. He's been in this position too long. He's done too much harm. The narrative of the homelessness situation and the crisis in Oakland is all narrated by Joe DeVries. If you want things to change in the city of Oakland, you got to get rid of him. That's the number one thing that has to happen in the city of Oakland for violence and arson fires to stop. Thanks for joining me this morning. We'll be right back.